Hi everyone, my name is Mary and welcome back to Quinn Ink. Today in this video we are going to make what I like to call the Alien Pod candle holder. This was my first one that I ever made and it's in the color purple, and as you can see it kind of looks like an alien pod. You can also see it as a flower, a star, but it does hold a candle in it. This is my first one, and then I had to figure out the pattern for this first one, so this was the second one that I made. And they're really pretty. This one is in red and white, and as you can see it holds a candle in it, a nice big one. Okay, and this is what it looks like. It's very easy and very quick. That one kind of looks like an evil eye, which is kind of cool. But yeah, this is what it pretty much looks like. So don't forget to scroll down, hit that like button if you want to see more tutorials such as this one and others I'll do in the future. And don't forget to subscribe. And let's get into how to make the Alien Pod candle holder. Alrighty, to make the Alien Pod candle holder, the tools you're going to need is going to be a needle with a large eye hole, a pair of scissors, and of course a hook. And the one that I'm going to be using today is called the H8 5mm crochet hook. Now if you want to use a bigger crochet hook to make the candle holder bigger, you can, or if you want to make it even smaller, use a smaller hook. Now the type of yarn that we're going to be using is going to be in the colors of rainbow. This is Red Heart. I do not remember the color of this, but this is rainbow. I've had this for many years and I used it for baby blankets, so this is going to be the main color of the candle holder. So pretty much this will be the white section, and then the yellow one will be the leaves, or the little pretty much the leaves of the candle. Okay, and this one is going to be, we're using Red Heart Super Saver Jumbo. It's going to be 14 ounces and 744 yards. You're not going to need very much, and this is in the color bright yellow. Alrighty, so let's get into the tutorial. Alrighty, so to start this project, you're going to make a slip knot. So you're going to wrap your yarn around your two fingers. Put your yarn behind your loop and put your hook right into the middle, just like that. And I like to pull nice and tight. Get your yarn tail out of the way. Oops, sorry, I kicked something. And we're going to chain 4. So yarn over, make sure your loop is pretty loose. Yarn over and pull through. There's 1. Yarn over and pull through. Make sure to pull up on that loop like I'm doing. You want these fairly loose. 3 and 4. Once you have made a chain of 4, you're going to go back into that very first chain that you made from the beginning of the round. We're making a loop. You're going to yarn over, pull through, pull down on your circle like this, yarn over and pull through, and you have made a loop. Now we're going to chain 1. This is going to be all in single crochet. You're going to go back into that circle or that loop for 9 single crochets. So you're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. Go back into that circle, grab your working yarn and pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. We are going to make 9 of these. That's 3, that's 4, 8, and last one is going to be 9. Then from that very first stitch from the beginning of the round, you're going to put your hook right onto those 2 bars, grab your working yarn, pull through and pull through for a slip stitch, and we have made 9 single crochets in the round. We'll be working on round number 2. Alrighty, for round number 2 we're going to be doing some increases. So you're going to chain 1. Oh, hold on, we have a hair. And you go back into that first single crochet for 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. And you're going to put 2 single crochets into every single stitch all the way around for a total of 18 stitches. I will meet you back around once I have put 2 single crochets into every single stitch, just like that. So you go into that stitch for 1 single crochet. You go back into that stitch for another single crochet before you move on to your next stitch. Make sure you have 18 stitches once you make it back around to the beginning, and I will meet you back around to the beginning in just a moment. Alrighty, when you have made it back to the beginning, make sure you count all of your stitches. You should have 18. We're gonna do a slip stitch to finish off round number 2. Put your hook into that very first stitch from the beginning of the round, yarn over, pull through, and pull through to close off those 18 stitches. For round number 3, we're going to do another round of increases. We will do 2 more rounds, making it 5 rounds in total for increases. For this increase, you're going to chain 1, and you're going to put 1 single crochet back into that same stitch, and then into the next stitch you're going to put 2 single crochets, and into the next stitch you're going to just put 1 single crochet, and into the next stitch you're going to put 2 single crochets, and you're going to do that all the way around until you make it back around to the beginning. And at this point you should have 27 stitches. So remember, you have 1 single crochet into one stitch, 2 single crochets into the next, 1 2 1 2 1 2 all the way around, and I'll meet you all the way back around in just a minute. Make sure to count your stitches and that you have 27 stitches. I have made it all the way back around to the very beginning. I have 1 more stitch that I need to put stitches into. You should end on 2 single crochets, since from the beginning we did only 1 single crochet. If you started this and did 2 single crochets, you should only have 1 single crochet into that very last stitch. And then we're going to slip stitch into the very first stitch from the beginning of the round, yarn over and pull through, and pull through. And that finishes off round number 3. Now if you're wondering, how do you know how many rounds? You count this very first one, 1, 2, and 3. It is a little bit difficult to see in this multicolor. If you had 1 single color, it'd be a lot easier. Now we're going to be working on row number 4, and again we're going to be doing another round of increases. So we're going to chain 1, put 1 single crochet into that very first stitch, 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and 2 single crochets into the third stitch. So it'll be 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets. So again, 1 single crochet into that very first stitch, 1 single crochet into the second stitch, and into the third stitch you should have 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, just like that. And you're going to do that all the way around. You should have 36 stitches once you finish round number 4. So again, that's 1 single crochet into the first stitch, 1 single crochet into the second stitch, 2 single crochets into the third stitch, 1 1 2. Okay, so 1 1 2 1 1 2. I'll meet you back around in just a moment. Alrighty, so I made it back around and I have 3 stitches left, and in the next 3 stitches you should have 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and you should end off with 2 single crochets, since at the very beginning of the round we did 1 single crochet into that very beginning stitch and then had 1 single crochet in the next and 2. So then when you come back around you want to end off on the 2 single crochets. We're going to slip stitch into that very first stitch from the very beginning of the round, yarn over, pull through, and pull through, and that ends off row number 4. This is going to be row number 5, and this will be our very last round of increases. So now you're going to chain 1, and you probably already guessed it, 1 single crochet into that very first stitch, 1 single crochet into the second stitch, 1 single crochet into the third stitch, and into the very fourth stitch will be your increase, which will be 2 single crochets all into that stitch. So it's 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets. By the end, you should have 45 stitches all together. 3 and 2 single crochets all into that stitch. Sorry, that's my watch banging on the table. I will meet you back around once I am done for row number 5. Alrighty, I am back and I have one more stitch. Make sure this stitch has 2 single crochets in it, because when we started we had 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1, 2 single crochets. So we always want to end on that 2 single crochets. So whatever you started with, so if you started with 1, always end with the 2 single crochets. Sorry about that, I had to itch my face. Now we're going to slip stitch into that very first stitch from the beginning of the round, yarn over, pull through, and pull through. That will end round number 5. All of our increases are done. And so now for row number 6, we're going to chain 1 and we're going to single crochet into the back loop only of our stitches. So you have 2 loops. You have this first front loop, and then you also have this back loop, and together you have 2 front and back loops. We are going to go into this very back loop. So we're going to yarn over, pull through, and pull through, and you are going to single crochet into the back loop of every single stitch all the way around. What that initially does, pull out the hook for a second, is it's going to allow us to make a bottom, and this will fold up like this. So that way it'll sit and this will fold up nicely, giving us that edge to fold this up and make our, because we've already made our base, so now we want to make our side. So when you single crochet into the back loop of every single stitch and we start to make the side of our candle, this will fold upwards, this will lay flat. And you'll see it as you add more rows and grow your candle portion. Okay, so I'm going to single crochet into every back loop. So remember, this is your front loop right here in the very front, and then this one will be your back loop. So you're just going into one stitch instead of both stitches, because we want to create that edge. You should have 45 stitches once you reach the end of row 6, and I will meet you at the end of row 6 in just a few moments. Alrighty, so we are back and I have one more back loop stitch that I have to stitch into. Alrighty, and then you're just going to slip stitch into your very last stitch right there from the beginning of the round, yarn over, pull through, and it's done. And that will finish off row number 6. And then of course for row number 7, now all you have to do is just chain 1 and single crochet back into that same stitch right there, and single crochet into every single stitch all the way around. And I'm going to do this for a total of 20 rows. So the best thing that I would suggest doing is getting a row counter, which I have right here. And so I'm just going to put it on 6 rows, 5, 6, there we go. Now we're on row number 7, so when I'm done with row number 7, I'm going to click the button for row number 8. Row counters are wonderful when you are crocheting in rows like this. Alrighty, I will meet you back around once I am done with row number 7, and then I will let you go for the 20 rows, and I'll be back shortly. Alrighty, I am back, and I just finished row number 7. I have one more stitch to crochet into. Make sure you have 45 stitches all the way around, and then all you do is just slip stitch into the very first stitch from the beginning of the round. Go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up, and pull through. Okay, so for rounds 8 to 20, all you're going to do is just chain 1, go back into that very first stitch for a single crochet, and put 1 single crochet into every stitch, whoops, every single stitch all the way around. There we go. 1 single crochet into every single stitch. No more increases, no more doing the back loop only, and there is Sonia. And so you'll do that for 20 rounds. I need to click my little button so I know now I'm on row number 8. Okay. And I will meet you on row number 20 once I get back around. And let's say hello to Sonia. So let's take a few seconds and let's be like, hi Sonia. Hi Sonia, how's my baby girl? She has not been in a couple of my videos, and so she's been a little upset with me. But there she is. Everybody say hi. Say hi, Sonia. Come on. Over here, baby girl. Say hello. Here she comes. Okay, so I'm gonna crochet 20 stitches, 20 rows, excuse me. There's Sonia right there. I'm gonna crochet 20 rows, and then I will meet you back in about 20 rows once I'm done petting her and crocheting 20 rows. Alrighty, so I'll be back shortly. Alrighty, we are back. I made it to row number 20. And I decided to put it on the candle so you can take a look, and I can show you too. See, as you can see right there, there was our bottom. This yarn was actually a little bit smaller than the white yarn that I did, because that shouldn't have been that wide. Alrighty, so now that we are working on row number 20, we are now going to start working on the triangles. So we're going to need to grab our scissors and we're going to cut off our yarn. And this part is going to be very easy. Grab your scissors, cut your yarn. You're going to yarn over like this and pull through and tighten. And there you go, that is your little baggie. Your little candle holder, whatever you'd like to call it. It can be inside out as well, so you don't see that bottom portion as well too. So either way is fine. I'm going to flip it back inside out. We're going to now grab our yellow yarn, which is right back here in the background. And you can put your hook or your yarn into any spacing that you would like, or any stitch. I'm going to put it right here into the second one from the end and pull through. And we're going to tie on our yarn. Okay. Alright, so in order to make your triangles, you're going to chain 1, pull up a loop and chain 1. We are going to put 12 single crochets across. So you go into your stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through both loops. That'll be 1. I'm going to single crochet my thread into my work so I do not have to worry about it. That's 3. So that's 1, 2, 3 so far. $11, and this one will be number 12. Okay. So now that you have 12 single crochets, what you're now going to do is you're going to chain 1. So that's row number 1. This will be row number 2. Chain 1, turn your work, and into the first stitch we're going to do a single crochet 2 together. So go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, go into your next stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop. 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. We just took 2 stitches and made it into 1. Now you're going to single crochet into 10 stitches. 2, 3, 8, 9, and your last one should be number 10, which was your first stitch from the beginning of the row. So there you go. Okay, so that was row number 2. Row number 3, you're going to chain 1, turn your work. We're going to do that single crochet 2 together. So go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, go into the next stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Now you're going to single crochet into 9 stitches. And what you're going to do for each row is you're going to end the row, and when you begin the row you're going to do a single crochet 2 together. And what we're essentially doing is decreasing each row so that way we can have that triangle effect. Okay, that should be 9 stitches, and as you can see it's slowly starting to make kind of like that angle, like a triangle where my crochet hook is. So that was row number 3. It was 9 stitches. Chain 1, single crochet 2 together for row number 4. Yarn over, oops, go into your stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Go into your next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, single crochet into 8 stitches. So every single row you will have 1 less stitch that you will single crochet into. As you can see from the beginning of the row, we knocked off 2 stitches, so it was actually 10. And you can count your stitches. All I would do is just single crochet till I got to the end of the row. So that's row number 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 rows altogether. We're on row number 5. We will have 13 rows in total. Chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to do a single crochet 2 together. Go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. It's row number 5, single crochet into 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, that was row number 5. We're almost done. We're on row number 6. Chain 1, turn your work, single crochet 2 together, go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, in your stitch, grab your yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Now you're going to single crochet into 6. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're on row number 7. So you're going to chain 1, turn your work, single crochet 2 together, go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop. Go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through all 3. Single crochet into the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, this is what it should look like so far, and as you can see it's starting to make that angle of the triangle. Now we're going to be working on row number 8. Chain 1, turn your work, single crochet 2 together, and now you're going to single crochet into 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that was row number 8. Now working on row number 9, chain 1, turn your work, single crochet 2 together, single crochet into 3. Okay. Now we're working on row number 10, chain 1, turn your work, single crochet 2 together, single crochet into the next 2 stitches. There you go. Okay, so now row number 11, chain 1, turn your work, single crochet 2 together, and single crochet into 1 stitch. Okay, we're almost at the top. Chain 1, turn your work. We're now working on row number 12. Single crochet into the next 2 stitches. Single crochet 2 together into the next 2 stitches, just like we've been doing. Yarn over, pull through 3. Now you're going to chain 1. I'm going to turn that work, and now we have 1 stitch left. You're going to slip stitch right into that stitch just like this, yarn over, pull through, and pull through, and you are done. Now we are not supposed to chain 1. My apologies. Do not chain 1 on row number 13. On row number 13 you're just going to turn your work like this and go right into that stitch, yarn over, pull through, and pull through. It'll make a cleaner stitch, as you can see. Take your scissors, cut your yarn, yarn over and pull through and tighten. And we just did one of the triangles. Now I'm going to show you how to do the second one. Alright, so now we're going to be working on the second triangle, and as you can see we're going to have 4 on each side. So this is triangle number 1. Because I made it a little bit longer, it's not going to be as long. So now at this point what I would do is I would count your stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So this will be 12 stitches right here. We want another 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is going to go right here. At some point you're only going to have 11 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's take a look. That's 9. This is 10. That should be 11. So at one point you're actually going to put your yarn into one of the stitches that already has your triangle on it. So you'll put it right into that stitch right there, counting it as 1, and then you'll count the 11 stitches. Okay, so we're going to do that for all 4 corners. So we're going to start in this corner now. And if you don't want to do that, I am just going to put my hook right into this corner right here where this yellow yarn is already at. We're going to count that as stitch number 1. You can back the video up and see how to make the triangle again. It is going to be the same thing over and over again for the next 3 triangles. I am just showing you how to get all 4 triangles onto your bag when you do not have enough stitches. So once you put your hook into that stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, chain 1, go back into that stitch for a single crochet. That'll be number 1. Then you count 11 stitches. So 1, so that's 2, 3, 4, 11, and this one will be number 12. Now, I'm going to make this triangle exactly how I made this one, and when I'm done, I will be back shortly. Alrighty, so I didn't finish the second triangle, but I just wanted to let you know this is where your very last stitch is going to end, so do not crochet into that second triangle. If you have to, fold your triangle inside of your bag like this, or inside your candle holder, so that way you know that these are the stitches you're going to be working into, and that will make it a little easier so you don't crochet into your triangle since it's right next door. Okay, so I figured I'd just give you that quick little tip. I will see you in just a few moments. Alrighty, so I am back, and if you're wondering what that noise is, I'm moving my lights. And so I've got the second one done, as you can see, so it's nice and ready. So now we're going to be working on the third one, and I'm just going to show you the first row, so that way you know how to finish this up and make it look really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So I'm going to put this one right here, and I think this one is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So on the next one we'll have to put it into that stitch in order for it to be perfect. Okay, so once you have your hook into the stitch, you're going to grab your yarn and pull through, and you're going to tighten. And here comes Sonia. Of course, she went the wrong way. And now we're going to, she goes a little tighter, put her hook back into that stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, and chain 1. Go back into that stitch for a single crochet. And you're going to single crochet 12. So 1, 2, 3. There she is, right there. There's my fuzzy girl. She's finally in the video. I was waiting for her to be in the video. There she is. Say hello, Sonia. Say hello. Okay, so we have 3. And now we're going to do 4. She's trying to get me to pet her. 5. She's sitting on the yarn. I am sorry, but I was waiting for her to come. Yes, hello, baby girl. She hasn't seen me all week. Sit down, sweetie. Sit down. She's going to sit down while I do this real quick. So there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's Sonia. She wants petties. This one is 6. If we can get it. Hi Sonia. 6. This one is 7. 8. Can you wait a second, Sonia? 8. She's petting my finger. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so now you have 12 stitches. And that'll be your next triangle. Sorry you can't see it. She wants petties so bad. See, there she is. Trying to get me to pet. She's trying to pet my hand. Here's my baby girl. Alrighty, so I will be back shortly once the third triangle is done. And then there's Sonia. Say hello. Come on, baby girl. Sorry if you can't see her. That's her tail. So when I'm done with this third triangle, I will meet you back shortly. Alrighty, so I'm back, and I finally did the third one. So as you can see, we have 3 little petals. We're now working on the 4th one. So at this point, I'm going to count and make sure I need to go into this stitch right here where the yellow is already into it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So yes, I was right, I do need to go into this stitch. And then grab my yellow yarn. I am only going to do the first row for you. You can back the video up and see how to do the decreases on the triangle. It's very, very easy. All you do is decrease at the beginning of every row. Once you get to the very top and you have one more stitch left, you just slip stitch and then cut off. Very simple, very easy. Put your hook back into that stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over in chain 1, and then single crochet back into that same stitch. Can be a little bit difficult if your stitches are tight. Then single crochet into the next 11 stitches. 4, 5, 10, this will be 11, and this one will be number 12 right there. This will be number 12 because I counted all the stitches. So there is row number 1. I am going to do rows 2 through 13, and I will meet you back once I am done with this final and last petal, and then we will end the video. Alrighty, so I finally finished the last of the 4 petals. So this is what it looks like. Looks like something from Stranger Things. Anyway, so this is what it looks like. Looks really good. Let's get the measuring tape and let's measure this real quick. Okay, so we are now at about 3 inches for how tall it is. The petals themselves are a little bit over 3 inches. Looks like about 3 1/4 inches, okay. And then the bottom portion is still going to be the same, which was about 2 and looks like it's a little bit more. Whoops. So it's about 2 3/4 inches. Okay, so there you go. You know now how tall this is going to be. I'll put a candle in it real quick so you can see what it actually looks like. Okay. And then there you go. So that's what the candle actually looks like. Okay, even with it down. So it looks more like a flower. Okay, so you can also make this a lot taller by adding more rows. You can make it bigger. So if you have a much bigger candle than what I have right here, you can also use a bigger hook to make that much bigger, and then you can also curl these as well. Kind of like, if I can get them to curl like that. Okay, so you can curl each and every single one of them and make it look really pretty. Well, thank you everyone for viewing this video. Thank you so much for all your wonderful support. I really appreciate it. And again, don't forget to hit that like button so I know that you enjoyed this video. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that way you don't miss any more tutorials such as this one and others I will do in the future. Until next time everyone, you have a wonderful day. I hope this video made your day. And until next time, bye-bye everyone.